Welcome to Talk with Tara, the podcast where we dive into the bold, the funny, and the fascinating. I'm Tara, your host, bringing you unfiltered conversations on life, love, and everything in between. Hit that follow button so you're always in the loop. And now, let's get started. Okay, ladies, listen up. Whether you're single and swiping, divorced and dating again, or just wondering if the spark will ever come back, this episode's for you. Today, we're talking about real love, deep connection, and how to become magnetic as hell, starting with the inside out. Because let's be honest, dating in midlife is a whole different game. The rules have changed, you've changed, and if you're ready to attract someone who sees your soul and makes your toes curl, you're in the right place, because I've got the fabulous Julianne McGowan with me, a certified life and love coach, matchmaker, and best-selling author who helps smart, soulful women like us stop settling and start manifesting the kind of love we actually want. So pour a glass of wine or tea and turn up the volume, and let's dive into the truth about dating, desire, and unleashing your inner magnetism. But before we get started, let me tell you a little bit about our guest. Julianne McGowan is a certified life and love coach, relationship coach, dating expert, and matchmaker who has dedicated her life to helping single men and women attract authentic love and create meaningful, lasting partnerships. With a background in psychology and sociology, Julianne blends proven strategies with deep emotional intelligence to guide clients through powerful transformations in both dating and self-worth. Her journey into coaching was born from her own personal evolution. Julianne followed her passion for self-development and pursued advanced certifications in coaching and transformational work. She now serves as a matchmaker and dating coach at the prestigious Kelleher International, where she empowers clients across the globe to align with their most empowered, loving selves. In 2020, Julianne co-authored the Amazon international bestseller, Ignite Love, sharing her own story of healing, resilience, and the journey to creating a healthy relationship after years of emotional blocks. Her vulnerability and wisdom have inspired thousands to break old patterns and rewrite their love stories. And with that, let's start with a question that Julianne told me she leads with when she does work with her clients, and that is, what is self-love and why is it so important when we start dating?
Yes, it is so important. And so I think a lot of people, when they think of self-love, they think of pampering themselves, right? Spa treatments, shopping, bubble baths.
Right.
They're all very nice. They're very delightful. But in my work, in my interpretation of self-love is, and what I encourage clients, it's more sustainable. It's long lasting. It's really getting to the core within yourself so that you can prepare yourself for meeting the right person. So it starts with how you speak to yourself, how you perceive yourself, your own self-worth, right? How you treat yourself should be the way that you want to be treated by your partner. I think a lot of people spend a lot of time seeking potential relationships that what are they going to do for me, right? How is this relationship going to fulfill me? But in order to have a healthy relationship, you have to have a healthy relationship with yourself.
How does that start, Julianne? What do you think?
Part of that is really being comfortable with yourself, being okay with being alone.
Yeah.
Being in solitude, listening to yourself.
That's hard.
Right? Listening to your own thoughts and words and what is important to you. You know, in meditation, when you sit in silence, things start coming to you. Answers to your questions, problems that you want to solve start coming to you because you don't have that noise.
The chatter.
And you start listening to yourself. So I think being alone, being comfortable, learning about yourself, knowing what you want and what approach you want to take towards relationships. It's not looking for someone to complete you. You're already complete.
So I've heard that, and I have so many girlfriends that stay in relationships because they don't want to be alone. They don't like the idea of Saturday night being alone. They don't like, and I was like that, myself included, so I'm not going to just say that my girlfriends were like that. I also don't like that as well. And one of my girlfriends was like, oh, I don't want to break up with my boyfriend because I'm not going to get invited to all the couples things, and I'm going to be alone, and I don't want to be alone. How do you reconcile that? Like, we're social creatures. How do we get used to being by ourselves?
Right, yes. Doing things for yourself that feel good. Right? It's doing the things that you enjoy and I understand. We are social. And I hear this a lot. I don't want to be alone. Well, if you're coming from that mindset,
right,
then you're going to choose your person out of desperation because you don't want to be alone. And so why not choose the right person when you are in the right mindset? You know, being alone, being in solitude, and being comfortable with your own company, isn't that better for you and for the relationship?
Yeah.
Than choosing because you don't want to be alone.
That totally makes sense. It's a fear that a lot of women have. And you're right. They get into relationships because that person that they're with completes them enough. Right? Enough. Not fully, but enough that they're like, okay, they check the box enough.
Right.
And yeah, that's a quandary. So are you saying like, okay, Saturday night, you're alone, make yourself a beautiful dinner, put on a Netflix show, like do the things that you would do with a partner?
Right. And a lot of it is going to be getting out of that feeling uncomfortable about it. Because when we are uncomfortable, we don't choose authentically. Right? We choose out of desperation. And so it's a good practice.
Yeah.
Because when you're feeling uncomfortable, asking yourself, why am I uncomfortable with this? Yeah. Why am I uncomfortable being alone? Why am I uncomfortable doing some things that I enjoy by myself?
Okay, so let's say I'm your client and you ask me that question. I would say, I'm uncomfortable being alone because I know it's Saturday night and everyone else is out doing other things and I'm here all alone and nobody wants to hang out with me. And then it would put me in this state of feeling very lonely. Because I could imagine like all the people out having dinner Saturday night or out with their friends or, you know, and here I am alone in my place and I'm like twiddling my thumbs.
And so this is an opportunity, right, for some healing, right? Because if you're telling yourself that story that nobody wants to be with you, that's not a healthy mindset to go into dating with.
Right.
So if you want to be in a healthy, meaningful relationship, it starts with how you treat yourself. And so part of that is just feeling good about yourself. And so doing those things that are going to make you feel good.
Right.
Not only make you feel good, but it's the inner voice, right? What stories are you telling yourself? Do you really believe? Is that really true? Is that really true that nobody wants to go out with you? Nobody wants to see you tonight, so you're home alone. Is that true? Where's the evidence?
Yeah.
So it's almost like questioning yourself and yeah.
So what would you recommend if I'm home alone and it's Saturday night and I'm newly single and, you know, just got out of a divorce and a lot of people have like they don't have their kids, right? Their kids are with the ex one week and they're on the other week and they're like, okay, I'm home alone, no kids, the house is quiet. What would you recommend?
I would recommend a good book, right? Maybe taking care of yourself, maybe having a nice dinner by yourself. And if that is too uncomfortable, start with small steps. Be alone for maybe 2 hours and then say, okay, I'm going to go out and do something.
Yeah.
And then make plans with friends or go for a walk, right?
So don't try to fill the space. Like what I tell women when they're first getting separated is like, create a group of friends that are kind of in your situation and have your own little group. So invite everyone over for dinner. But I think what you're saying is maybe take the opportunity not to do that and just be like, I'm going to just be alone and I'm going to learn how to love my own company.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then it might be helpful, the next night is plan and be with friends that are maybe going through a similar situation. But this is really, really helpful and instrumental in building your self-confidence and self-love.
Yeah.
And so whatever is uncomfortable is an opportunity to change that. Asking yourself why.
Yeah.
Because the more exploring that you do within, the healthier you're going to be and the healthier you're going to choose a partner and have a healthy relationship.
So how do we know that we've chosen the right partner? This is a deep question.
How do you know you're with the right one? How does that person make you feel? How do you feel when you're with that person, right? That's a question for yourself.
Yeah. What if you feel really great when you're with the person, but the person's like missing some fundamental thing that's important to you? Like they're not financially successful, but they are well educated. Like, let's say they're a teacher. Okay, they're well educated or a professor, but they make like $100,000 a year, right? But they're a teacher, or they do something that's really gives back to the community. They're well educated, they're kind, they're loving, but the woman has more money. You probably see this a lot at around midlife, where women are very financially secure, and then maybe they have this quandary like, oh gosh, I'm going to have to date someone who's not. What do you think of that?
I think that this is an exercise that I do with my clients. What are your priorities? No one is going to be perfect. There's going to be some negotiables. So what I do is there's 3 columns. The first column is what is important to you. Values, interests, goals. Just list whatever comes to mind. You don't have to think about it for too long. Writing it down. The second column is, why is that important to you?
Okay.
And then the third column is, well, how does that, if I had that, how does that make me feel?
Okay.
Right? So you're prioritizing what is important to you. It's not the list.
Okay.
This is what I want, and I'm not going to date anybody outside of this list. It's to help you clarify what's important.
Okay. Okay. So you put what's important to me, why, and how it makes me feel. For example. Okay.
Yes.
And what do you tell your women if they say something like, I went on a date, he was really great, thank you for setting me up with him, we align in values, we have chemistry, but he's just not financially in the position where I think he should be?
Well, what's important about being financially compatible to you? Because everybody's different.
Got it. Okay.
So what's important about that?
Yeah.
And if that is on your top 5 and that's a non-negotiable, then maybe it's not the right person.
Got it. Okay. So I was at a party last week, and my girlfriend grabbed my hand and she said, I want you to meet 2 women. And she took me into her kitchen. I was sitting outside. She took me into her kitchen. She introduced me to these 2 women. They were middle-aged, and they said, we want to get out there and start dating again. We haven't gone online. What do you recommend? And I'm curious because I gave my recommendation, and I said, you should get back out there. You should start dating for fun. And, both of them were Harvard MBAs. So I said, try to not be the bossy lady on the date. Lean back, be feminine. And then one of the women was like, oh, what I'm wearing, is it feminine? And I said, actually, it's not. I said, you may want to wear a dress or high heels or something that accentuates your tall, lean figure, and, go have fun. Just go have fun. Yeah. And then they said, both of them, they were both newly single or whatever, not newly single, but single for a while. And they were saying, well, men our age, they'll want to date younger women. So what advice, you probably get clients like that. And I'm just curious, what would you say to these ladies?
Yeah. Well, first of all, that is a common, men want to date younger. That is common, but it doesn't exist for every man. And so I want to say that first. And then secondly is, going into this, getting back out there is courageous. Yes, it is scary. It's fearful, but it's going in without any expectations and any attachment to what's going to happen. So it's like before you go, right, you want to make sure that you're not bringing work to the date. Right? So transition from that corporate career executive to the playful, flirty, fun, right? And it's like you're going to meet a new person. Look at it that way. That releases a lot more of the pressure that we put on ourselves.
Got it.
So you're simply going to meet somebody new.
Okay.
And have fun. And don't think about what's going to happen or is he your future person. Have fun.
Right.
Get to know somebody. Ask questions. Be curious. Be interested.
Right. Be interested. Yeah. What are some things that women do that are self-sabotaging?
We work with it on a daily basis is your past is your past for a reason. right? You're not living in your past. So the relationships that didn't work, right? The rejection that happened, they happen because it's leading you to the right one. Take that information and those lessons, and how can you apply it to your next partner?
So don't talk about your past.
So don't talk about your past. Don't talk
Don't
about
complain.
what didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
The negativity. Be present.
Okay. And positive.
And positive.
So it's interesting. I had dinner with a friend of mine, and we were sitting down, and I asked him what's on his list to meet someone. He's an attractive man. He is 50s, very, very successful, very intelligent. And he had this list. And I was listening to him, and I was realizing that some of the things on his list he doesn't have himself. One of the things he said is willingness to be loved. And while I was talking to him, I realized that he really doesn't have the willingness to be loved. Don't you think? I mean, if you have a list, that you should also be on that list, like your qualities you should have what you want?
Yes. And that's part of the coaching program, to cover that and work with each client. The list serves a purpose. The list is either something that they did not have in their previous relationship, and they want it now.
Yeah.
Or they just are being very, I want this, and I'm not open. Mm-hmm. And so it's our job to expand their openness, right?
Yeah.
We want to expand the opportunities. We want them, our goal is for them to meet their person.
Right. Yeah. Got it. Okay. Julianne, tell me, what about women or men who try to get physical too soon? What are some suggestions? Mm-hmm. And let's say the woman wants to get physical. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, that's her choice. What I suggest is to build an emotional connection first, because that's more sustainable.
Okay.
Than the physical. So it's depending what is. I would ask my clients, what is your objective? Mm-hmm. If you want a physical date, physical relationship, then you do what feels comfortable. Mm-hmm. But if you're really looking for an emotional connection on many different levels, or chemistry on many different levels, then you want to build that emotional connection. Really get to know the person, who you're going to be intimate with.
Right. Okay.
Right.
So do you advise to wait if they want an emotional connection?
Mm-hmm. Right.
What are some attributes that men say that are pretty common? Like, let's just be real. Like, what are some attributes they say they want in a woman?
Yeah. They want somebody who, she takes care of herself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's active. She's fit. She's kind. I mean, that's something that comes up a lot. Kindness is important. Confidence. She's passionate about what she's doing. She's independent. She's financially independent.
They want the woman to be financially independent. You hear that?
Yes.
But then you hear this thing where women say men are intimidated by very independent, successful women. Is that true or a myth?
Some, yeah. It's not one way. There are different personalities, different objectives in dating. Mm-hmm. It's not just one way. People say this. It's very personal.
Yeah.
It's very subjective.
Yeah, I think what you just mentioned are things that I've also heard men say too. I've heard them say kindness, a woman who takes care of themselves, a woman who's physical. I've heard all those things. I can be an activity partner. I told these ladies when they had said, like, oh, is it true that older men just, like, want younger women? I said, look around. Do you see a bunch of older men with younger women? I mean, we see it. Rarely I'll go into a restaurant and be like, wow, that's a really older man with a younger woman. Like, woo, that's a big age difference. Rarely I see that. Maybe in LA or in Aspen or something or New York. But I would say in most parts of the world, you see people similar in age. I mean, maybe there's a 5-year or 10-year difference, but in general, it's pretty similar in age when you look around.
It is, and I think that men do go through a stage following divorce or breakup, and in order for them to feel good about themselves again, it's helpful to have a younger woman.
Yeah.
Because that makes them feel good.
Yeah.
But
And
is that sustainable? Not always.
yeah. And I also think the younger women, what I've heard men say, because I have a lot of male friends, is that they're not jaded. Like even when I was having dinner with my friend, he was saying, yeah, older women can be jaded. He's like, it's not about physical, because nowadays women who are in their 50s can look great because he said there's Botox, there's this, there's that. Like there's all these things that women can do. They look good. It's just that they're jaded. So I think it's important for women who are like, you're bringing up the past, saying the past. It's like, don't bring that jaded mentality into the date or into your relationship. Be fun.
Right. Yeah. Dating should be fun.
Should be fun, yeah. And your partner should be fun. So what about, you talk a lot about manifesting, and you said that you're a manifester yourself. Can you give our listeners advice on what you think about manifesting and how you manifest in your life?
Sure. So the way that I manifest and what I believe manifesting is helpful in experiencing what you want. Mm-hmm. Right? It's not just asking, okay, or saying it out loud, this is what I want.
Yeah.
It's really visualizing.
Uh-huh.
It's like the professional sports, professional athletes.
Right.
They do this before a competition. Mm-hmm. Is visualizing the end result. So visualizing yourself, whatever you say, in relationship, visualizing what does that look like? What are you doing with your partner?
I'm having a wedding in Venice, and many people are coming to my wedding, and
exactly right. You're
like the billionaire Bezos.
You're creating this scenario, this experience for yourself, but then you're also using your senses. Like, what does that look like? What does it feel like? Right?
And has that worked for you?
It has.
Yeah?
It has.
I
do a vision board every year. And so these are my goals for the year. And it also, with a vision board, or even just writing things down, it really helps you clarify. Mm-hmm. What are my goals?
Yeah.
It's like when I work with clients, they don't always know who it is that they want to meet and be with.
Okay.
So let's do some exercises here. So the vision board is one. The 3 columns is another.
Okay.
Write it down, because when you think about it for a little bit, or whatever comes to, you can think about it, or whatever comes to mind is helpful, because you're creating a vision for yourself.
Do your vision boards the things on your vision boards come true?
Yes,
they do. Yeah.
They do. Last year, I wanted a beach house in Mexico, and this year I bought a house.
Oh, congratulations! That's amazing.
Yeah. And I had a dog. One year I had a new dog. I think I want a new family member. We rescued a dog shortly after.
Great.
Way back when I was dating. This is what I want my relationship to look like and feel like and be like. And not only did I have words, but I also had visuals of what it looked like. And then I met my husband.
Is it similar to what you had envisioned, your husband?
Yes.
He is? Yeah. Oh, how great. So vision boards. I have a vision board too, and a lot of the stuff on my vision board came true as well. I haven't done one this year. I don't know why, because it's like I'm not really sure what I want this year. So I've been kind of putting it off. But I think it's time to do another vision board. Where do you think are some good places to meet men?
I think the men that you want to meet, right? Like the interests. Again, we go back to values, interests, and goals. Those places. So first, define who it is that you want to meet. What do you want to do with your partner? What are some activities?
Okay, so let's say I'm a big hiker.
Yeah. So join a hiking group or go hiking. Go to places, there's so many hiking spots here in the Bay Area. Go hiking. And be open and tell yourself, you know what? I'm open to meeting somebody on this hike today.
Yeah, and visualize it. Right. Yeah, okay. That's good. I like that. So figure out what activities you love and do those activities and be open and be friendly, right? And flirty.
Right.
And flirty.
Exactly. Smile. Be presentable.
Okay. All right. That's good. What are what should a woman wear on her first date?
I think it's important to feel good. So whatever it is that makes you feel good about yourself, that makes you feel confident, that makes you feel sexy and fun and playful.
Okay.
So
wear that.
It's a personal question, right?
Okay. So as long as it makes you feel good and you feel sexy, because then it'll show. What are some red flags to look for when you're on a date? Like if you're a woman, what are some red flags?
You know, a good one that I always suggest is how is your date treating the wait staff?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right? Is he respectful? Is he right? Is he clear in his communication?
Right. Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
How is he interacting with others? How is he interacting with, people that you are, whether that's at a restaurant or a party, how is he interacting with other people?
What about the men who just constantly talk about themselves? Like, I think that's just because they're nervous. But women will be like, oh my God, he talked about himself all night. Like, he didn't even ask me any questions. Does that mean he just doesn't care, or that you think he's nervous?
No, I think it's a nerve thing. But I also think a lot of men feel that a successful date is, I want to get as much information out there so that she can make a decision if she wants to see me again.
Oh, that's a good tip.
That happens. And that's too much information.
Okay.
Sometimes it's too much if they're talking. How are you learning about the other person?
Right.
If he's talking too much, how is he learning about her, and if he wants to see her again?
Right.
He wants to ask her on a second date. How does he know if he's not asking the right questions?
Yeah, that happened to me when I was dating early on, where the guy didn't ask me, like, they just talk and talk and they don't ask me any questions. And I'm like, are they even interested in like knowing who I am? It just seems like very narcissistic.
Yeah. It happens. It happens a lot.
Yeah, I know, because I hear women complain about it. So I know that it happens. What about like all this texting? I mean, I think texting should be like, oh, I'm running late. I found a parking, but it's become like a major way of communication.
It is. People are multitasking, so they're really not present when they're texting.
Yeah.
And also, they're sharing too much information.
Yeah. Can you say like, hey, I'm not a big texter. Do you mind calling me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've done that before. I've done that with a lot of clients.
Okay, what about this question? This is like my pet peeve with women. Okay, and you may disagree with me, but you go on a date and after dinner you say, thank you so much. That was a beautiful dinner. I really enjoyed that. Like that was how I was raised, to say thank you after somebody takes me out, whether lunch, dinner, ice cream, whatever. Thank you so much. Done. You don't hear from the guy day one. You get home, you don't hear from him. No, like, let's check in when you get home. Nothing. You don't hear day two. You don't hear day three. And then all of a sudden, the lady, who will be my friend asking advice, will say, I haven't heard from him. Should I say thank you for the date? What are your thoughts on that?
No, she already said thank you, and he was unresponsive.
Yes.
And so he's telling your friend, he's telling her he's not interested.
Exactly.
And so I know it's the hard truth.
Yeah.
Why would you want to be with someone who is not going to reciprocate?
Right. Exactly. You already said thank you.
Responsive.
Yeah. And that's what I always say. I say, you really? But shouldn't I say thank you again? I'm like, no, you said thank you after the dinner. I mean, he should say thank you that you went out with him. What's a dinner?
Right.
Like, and if you haven't heard from him, he's not into you.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's another thing is pay attention to their actions.
Yeah.
People can say, oh, yeah, I would love to see you again. What's your phone number? Let me get, oh, we'll be in touch. And then he doesn't follow through.
Yes.
Pay attention to his actions because he's telling you he's not interested.
But Julianne, I did a podcast early on that was just solo with me. And I gave a story. It was my first real date, online date. And the guy was like totally my type. He wasn't like super cute. He was very well educated, very intellectually interesting, well-traveled, had 2 kids, sporty. We met for dinner, picked a really nice restaurant. We had the most fabulous dinner. We closed the restaurant down. It just like, I was like, oh my God, this is online dating. This is awesome. And I'm like, wow. He was cute. Like he wasn't like, a supermodel, but he was attractive. I was attracted to him. And he walked me to my car and he said, I had such a really lovely time. I'd love to take you out again. I said, oh, that would be lovely. And he waited for the valet, opened the door for me, got in the car. He didn't kiss me, try to kiss me. And then when I got home, he texted, I just want to make sure you got back okay. I was like, wow, yeah, thank you. Never heard from him again. And then I made the excuse. I did that, same thing, because I was newly dating. And I'm like, how could this guy not like me? Like, everything was perfect. And I did the thing where, like, I found some excuse to reach out. And he wasn't into me. Now, these guys could be dating, they're online, they could be dating 12 women. He could have been dating a woman who's farther along and was like just using me so he wouldn't be so into this other woman. I mean, you never know what's going on. But I did that same thing that you're not supposed to do.
Right. Because, we want it so bad. We want it. Like, we want the outcome to be, okay, if you had a great time, great. Why wouldn't you go out again?
Yeah.
But reality is people are dating.
Yes.
Dating means they're probably dating multiple people, having multiple connections.
Yes.
And so sometimes there's going to be a stronger connection.
Yeah.
And you just don't know what's going on the other side.
No.
So I know it's a lot of women analyze it, continue to reach out, okay, hoping for a response, a different outcome, and it doesn't work out. It's just setting yourself up for more disappointment.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
So I get it. I've been there too.
Yeah. So I guess the advice is like, if he's into you, like what my mom says, my mom gives the best dating advice ever. If he's into you, you will know. She's like, a guy will go to the end of the earth if he's into a woman. Like, you know when he's into you. It's obvious. You don't have to guess. You don't have to wonder. It just flows.
Because as long as you were clear on the date that you were interested as well. And it's like, you agreed to a second date. Yeah. And so I always tell our clients, if you are interested, be sure to let him know. Yeah. Or be sure to let her know.
How do you let them know with not sounding needy?
No, it's just like, I had a great time. I would like to see you again.
Okay. That's okay to say?
Yes.
To the guy? Okay.
Yes.
That doesn't turn him off? Like, ooh, too much?
Oh, you mean the women telling?
Yeah.
Oh, casually, not saying, just a casual.
That was really nice. I had a great time. Thank you. Yeah. Like that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I guess the tip is, ladies, like, if you don't hear from him, do not make an excuse. He's just not into you. If he's into you, you will know. He hasn't lost your number. He hasn't forgotten you. Like, all these excuses we come up with. Oh, did he lose my number? Maybe he lost the text or whatever. Right. No, he's just not into you.
Well, but also, there's also the possibility that something happened. So maybe it's not the right time right now. Right. Because I've had that happen to clients.
Yeah. And then you hear back from the person.
Right. And eventually they heard back and, oh, I'm so sorry. I had, my grandmother or, something happened that they were preoccupied for a little bit. And so
all right.
That does happen.
Yeah, that happens. Okay. As we wrap up, what do women do when they get ghosted? Like, advice. It's so devastating. And that's such a typical thing. It's not just ghosting and dating. Like, people do it in the job. Like, recruiters will ghost people. There's so many friends will ghost you. I mean, it's become this thing. I don't know. It's just a weird cultural phenomenon. I'm so not like that. I just do not get ghosting. Yeah. And I'm so blunt. I mean, I remember early on I went out with this guy and he was really cute. This was after my other snafu. He was really cute, and he lived in the city, and we're supposed to meet in Mill Valley for coffee on a Sunday morning or something. And he biked over. And I was like, that's interesting. And I thought, he had a good job, I thought. And then he's like, oh, I don't have a car or something. And I was like, I don't think that's going to work for me. Uh-huh. And I just told him, I was really honest. I didn't ghost him. I just said, look, I just think we're like in different stages, like financially. I don't think we're a match. And at first he said something really rude to me in the text. Like, it was like, whoa, that was a little bit, it was really rude. But then he apologized and he said, I'm so sorry. I said that. I apologize. To be honest, it was really refreshing that you were honest with me. Because usually, a woman will just not hear from them again. They'll ghost you. So thank you for being honest. I mean, I could have been nicer. I could have just said, oh, sorry, there's no chemistry. But I kind of have this issue of being very blunt. But the ghosting is so bad.
Yeah, it is. It is prevalent. And I always suggest, just be honest. If you're getting ghosted, it's not you. Okay. The other person is just, he or she is not capable of just having the difficult conversation. Yeah. Of, I had a great time, but I just don't feel the chemistry. Mm-hmm. I don't feel the chemistry that I want to feel after a first date. Yeah. So it's not personalized.
I have one last question. Why is it, I hear this a lot from women. I said the other one was my last question. I lied. I hear this a lot from women and men. Like, why is it the ones you don't like you, and the ones you like don't like you? Did I say that right? you like the guy a lot. He doesn't like you.
Right.
And then the ones you don't like, they're all into you.
Right. I know. Wouldn't it be easier if it worked that you both liked each other at the same time? But it happens. It's part of dating.
Okay.
It's not always going to work out with the ones that you want to see again.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? There's something there. There's two people.
Right.
It's a dynamic. So it's not just you two. It's like you and your past, him and his past, and you come together. Does it mesh? Is it aligned?
So hard not to
So
take it
many
personally.
different variables.
Yeah.
Too. There's emotional, there's communication, there's physical attraction. Yeah, I always say, you know what? If there's a question mark, go on a second date.
Okay.
Because they're gonna reveal something new,
Yeah.
and that something new may change your mind.
Right.
It'll change your entire experience.
Right. Okay. Well, it's just so hard not to take it personal for the ladies. Yeah. But someone gave me really good advice once that I really respect. And they said, it's not personal. Just because somebody doesn't like you, it's not about you. It's just, you're not the right person for them. It's not personal. It's like, yeah, it's really hard though. It's really hard not to take it personally.
It is. And what I want to tell people that are listening.
Yeah.
Is that each rejection is leading you in the right direction.
Yeah, that's so good.
It's not the relationship for you. And I know it is difficult to experience it not working out. I don't like to use the word rejection. Mm-hmm. When it's not mutual, I know it's difficult. Yeah. And so, but what I want to say that if you are on the path in finding your person, that you have alignment and mutual goals and values, and it takes time sometimes. It takes time.
Yeah.
And you have to go through the dating process, and you have to go through dates and learn and feel that uncomfortable feelings, that something, and again, an opportunity.
Yeah, and I guess some takeaways would be, ladies, don't date if you're feeling desperate. Just don't. Better just to stay home. Get used to being by yourself, like what Julianne said, loving your own company. And because when you're desperate, people can smell it, taste it, feel it. It is so obvious. It's an energy. It's a vibration. And start dating when you feel like you're really confident and happy and in the right place, right? Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Julianne. Can you let people know how to get a hold of you if they want dating advice or matchmaking?
Sure. It's Julianne at Kelleher-International.com, or my private practice is Julianne at pathtopurposelovecoach.com.
Okay. And I'll put that in the show notes. So thank you so much. It's been so lovely to have you. Thanks for all your dating advice.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening to Talk with Tara. If you loved today's episode, please follow the show and share it with a friend. Stay tuned. There's so much more to talk about. See you next time.